In this part of the presentation, you will learn the important shifts in the program that affect your work as a mentor. This part is important because it addresses the changes mandated by House Bill 64 in 2015, as well as other changes that were made to processes and forms used for the Resident Educator program. Shifts to the Resident Educator program were made in response to data and information gathered from a variety of avenues. The shifts have been implemented to refocus the program on the critical, important program elements. Specifically, the programmatic shifts were made to ensure that mentors were tailoring their practices to the individual resident educator's needs and to align with revisions to the Ohio Administrative Code and Ohio Revised Code in regards to the Ohio Resident Educator program, which was initiated by the passage of House Bill 64. Additionally, ongoing program surveys and feedback from stakeholders noted that there were too many forms and requirements, and that led to streamlining of the processes and the creation of the Mentor Refresh and Renew online modules, as well as the Mentor Toolkit. We will be taking you through these new processes in Part 3 of this presentation. As mentioned previously in this presentation, the Resident Educator program is a comprehensive 4-year program where the first 2 years require intense, rigorous mentoring, and the last 2 years are dedicated to the resident educator demonstrating their teaching progress through the performance assessment, RESA, and by district-determined activities. The first major program shift now requires resident educators to be mentored in their first 2 years of the program. This ensures that the resident educator is given time to collaborate and reflect with their mentor and colleagues, gather evidence of student learning, and continue to refine their teaching practice as they prepare for the summative assessment. According to House Bill 64, those holding the alternative resident educator license who are teaching career technical courses are not required to go through the mentoring in years 1 and 2 of residency, but they are still required to complete 4 years of residency and other requirements specific to the alternative resident educator license. These educators are still required to be registered in the RE program all 4 years of the program and pass the RESA in order to be able to progress through the program to advance to the professional license. Even though it is not required, these educators can still participate in mentoring if the local program wishes to provide mentors. The third major program shift came with the introduction of the new Mentor Toolkit, available online in editable forms and in hard copy by attending a mentor training in 2015. This toolkit compiles and repackages the resources available to districts for mentors to use when working with their resident educator. Based on the needs of the district, school, and individual teacher, the toolkit allows for flexibility in tailoring the support for a variety of resident educators. Districts are encouraged to incorporate other activities relevant to their needs in addition to the activities supported in the Mentor Toolkit. The fourth program shift, due to changes approved in House Bill 64, requires resident educators to take the performance assessment, RESA, during their 3rd year in the program. Previously, resident educators could elect to take it for the first time in year 3 or year 4 of the program. Now, though, resident educators must attempt a performance summative assessment, RESA, in year 3 of the program. Resident educators can retake any portions not passed in year 4. Resident educators cannot advance to the 5-year professional license without having passed all RESA tasks. The RESA is a performance assessment that requires candidates to demonstrate their knowledge and skills in real time and to demonstrate their ability to design and implement instruction that engages students in complex thinking and uses formative and summative assessments to inform their teaching practices. Over the past 25 years, performance assessments have become an increasingly valued and integral part of teacher preparation and growth. They allow teachers to show what they know by demonstrating their teaching skills in action. Performance assessments provide direct evidence of what teachers do in the classroom, supported by required written commentary, evidence, and artifacts. The fifth shift addresses mentor training. Resident Educator Mentor Academy Day 1 is a required 1-day training of the 2-day required Resident Educator Mentor Academy for the certification of all new mentors for the Resident Educator program. Resident Educator Mentor Academy Day 1 replaces the former instructional mentoring IM training. Resident Educator Mentor Academy Day 2 is also a required one-day training. It is the Day 2 of the required Resident Educator Mentor Academy for the certification of all new mentors for the Resident Educator program. Resident Educator Mentor Academy Day 2 replaces the former Resident Educator 1 RE1 training. After successful completion of state-sponsored mentor training, local districts can begin to match mentors with resident educators, and the standards-based mentoring support for resident educators can then begin. For mentors trained prior to June 1, 2015, an online module titled Mentor Refresh is available, which will update the mentor on revised program requirements and the new mentor toolkit. The course was designed to support the continuing education of mentor teachers. It is directly aligned with the expectations for instructional mentors working in the Ohio Resident Educator program. The new online training, as well as this instructional mentoring presentation, were designed to support and enhance the work of Ohio's instructional mentors who completed the prior face-to-face training requirements. Such mentors include those who attended Instructional Mentoring and Resident Educator 1 in the period of June 2011 through 2014. These additional free online training resources were also designed to support those mentors who attended Resident Educator Mentoring Academy Day 1 and Resident Educator Mentoring Academy Day 2, which became available in June of 2015. Resident Educator Program Coordinators, RESA facilitators, and building principals, especially those who have not attended face-to-face mentor training, should find the online Mentor Refresh and Renew course and this three-part presentation to be an excellent way to expand their general knowledge of the program and to deepen their understanding of the expectations for effective service as an Ohio instructional mentor. Review the questions on the Part 2 Check for Understanding and take some time to reflect and make notes on your handout.